So, I didn't show you last time, but how this goes together. I have the upper arm, that tab that connects like that. So then when it goes together like that. Mine have a little extra space, the way I put it together. So if you wanted, you'd still have to smooth out this ring here so that you could pull it out. Otherwise it's stuck. You couldn't swap it in and out. So if you smooth that out, you could potentially drill in and put your magnet recessed, which isn't a bad idea. I personally hate drilling. I can never get it to where I'm happy with it, or very rarely do I get it to where I'm happy with it. So if I can avoid drilling, I avoid it. So again, I'm just going to cut this here. I'm going to do it on this mat because I don't want to cut the mat. Just set it off to the side. Apply a good amount of pressure. So keep fingers clear because when it goes, it tends to go pretty quick. You want to make sure you're using a pretty sharp hobby knife. If you're using a sharper hobby knife, you have to apply less pressure. You're less likely to screw up. Smooth out this piece, make sure it's nice and flat for our magnet to glue to. So, and then we're going to cut out the piece of sheet metal here to fit in this recess. So, got our big old tin snips cut out, less a square. Slightly larger than the piece we want. Cut the edges here, cut the corners, get a somewhat circular shape. And test fit it. Still just a little hair too big. Probably one of the angles here. There we go, I can get it just together. This is like a perfect size. And I actually have to squeeze it just a little. So that's nice because it shouldn't move. We've got the chainsaw together. Go ahead and put the lower arm together with its metal plate. So, and we do have a piston that can slide in and out, and we have the arm that can rotate. So we gotta try to avoid those as much as possible. Putting these together, and hopefully not glue them. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Crusader. Yeah, I mix up the names so much. Like, people are like, I got the Warden or the Crusader or the Gallant, and I'm like, okay, just tell me what weapons it has. Clear adhesive to prime plastic models. I have never tried that and never heard of that. Clear adhesive to prime plastic models. Not sure. I've never heard of that. Not saying it wouldn't work. Honestly, you've got me at a loss, man. So there we have the arm there. And then the last bit is attaching a magnet to here. So then this will sit in, so the magnet will be able to go inside the arm. So I'm gonna clean off the edge just a little bit because it was a little tight getting in there. Magnet's smaller than the arm itself. Just making sure it stays that way. And per Lord Wedge's suggestion, scraping up that just a little bit so it's a rough surface. Just putting a dot of super glue in there. Grabbing our magnet. Just want one. I try to glue it with the entire stack. It will run away with the entire stack because that's how strong these magnets are. So I went on a little rant about it at the beginning of the stream, but most people probably weren't here. So one question I get a lot, and I hear a lot about magnets, is what size do I need? And it's honestly, a lot of times it's less about the size, it's more about the strength. You know, the whole size doesn't matter stuff is actually fairly true about magnets. So I get my magnets on eBay, or not eBay, Amazon. And most sorry, it's like, wait, got the wrong side here. So most of your magnets should have, you get them on Amazon, and they should have an N rating, as in letter N, capital N, and that rating tells you how strong the magnet is. The higher the number, the stronger the magnet is, at least for neodymium rare earth magnets. So I suggest getting at least in 42 magnets, if not in 50 plus. Again, it does depend a little bit on your application. If you have too strong a magnet that's in close proximity with another magnet, they might rip off. If they actually can make contact with each other, they might, if you let them snap together, they can actually crack. But smaller magnets, that's less of a problem, honestly, because even the very strong smaller magnets, they're small enough that they're dense enough that they don't tend to crack. But anyway, so I would say in 50, I think these are in 52, and that means they are strong enough that even with this big weapon hanging, this magnet is strong enough to hold it up. Like, without a doubt, it's strong enough to hold it up. So here's an older arm that I've done. So you can see that's very stable. And that's one magnet with a piece of metal. So if you had a in 42 magnet, it might get a little wobbly. If you had an in 32 or in 30 something, it might not hold.